So here we are again, squad. Front row seats to Meghan Markle showing the world exactly how to thrive under pressure, shine through the storm and come out smiling with grace and gratitude. And let me tell you, the glow, it's not just from the lights of New York City. It's from a woman who knows who she is, what she stands for, and who she stands with. Meghan Markle is not just surviving, she's flourishing. And no tabloid smear campaign, no online hate mob, no desperate royal sycophant can change that fact. On April 23rd, Meghan stepped onto the stage at the Time 100 Summit in New York with that signature confidence and warmth. And what did she say in her confession? Something so beautiful, so grounded that it completely disarms every narrative they've tried to paint her with. She said, and I quote, "I'm the happiest I've ever been." Now pause for a second. This is a woman who has been dragged through the mud by the British press. She was lied about, villainized, dissected, harassed, betrayed, and yet, here she stands. A working mom, a devoted wife, a rising entrepreneur, and yes, a global icon of resilience. That happiness isn't fake, it's earned.
Prince
Meghan
Harry
made it clear
and Meghan
she's
Markle at
deeply
risk
grateful
of
for her
losing
loving
royal
husband, Prince
title?
Harry, a man
UK's
who walked
royal
away from a
family
toxic
prepared to
institution for
strip
the love of
Harry
his
and
family.
Markle of Sussex
A man who has
titles.
stood beside her,
New
not
media
behind
report
her,
makes
who
big
values her
claims.
voice, respects her work,
Meghan
and
and
protects
Harry
her
in
peace.
fresh trouble?
And they have two
What
joyful,
next
healthy
for the
children who
royal
are growing up
couple?
in love and safety.
Prince
Something
Harry
far
and
more
Meghan
important
Markle
than any
might be in
palace or
fresh
title could ever
trouble.
offer.
According
She
to
even
some
joked about
reports,
rushing home to catch
after
Archie losing his
relinquishing
first
their
tooth,
Her
because
Royal
this woman,
Highness
with all her
titles,
global impact,
Prince
is
Harry and
still
Meghan might
prioritizing
lose out on their
motherhood,
Sussex
love,
titles
and those
as well.
irreplaceable family moments.
Since Meghan's
That's who
lifestyle
Meghan
show
is.
With Love,
Real,
Meghan
rooted,
premiered on
relatable.
Netflix.
Let's talk about
The
With
former
Love, Meghan,
American
her new
actress
Netflix
has
series that
attracted
launched
much
in March and soared to
attention.
#1.
With
It was
positive,
filmed in
Meghan has
Montecito,
also
not in her
received
home.
negative
And why?
reviews.
Because she didn't want her kids
One
growing up with
particular
80
bit
crew
from the
members in their
show
kitchen.
hasn't gone down
You hear
well
that?
with the
She's
netizens,
protecting her
and
baby's
now it
childhood
seems
from
the
the kind of
same
media
hasn't gone down
intrusion
well
and
with the
chaos that
British
destroyed her
royals as
husbands.
well.
Let's not
As
forget,
seen in the second
Harry lived through
episode
the
of the
trauma of a
lifestyle
media
show,
circus taking his
Meghan
mother's
and Mindy
life.
Kaling
They vowed
prepared
it
for
would
a
not
garden
happen to their
party
children,
and talked
and
about
they meant
foods
it.
they ate when they
Meghan
were
isn't
kids.
just building media content.
During the
She's
episode,
building a movement.
Meghan was seen
Her new
correcting
podcast,
Mindy and telling
Confessions of
her
a
she
Female
is
Founder,
Sussex
isn't
now.
just another celeb vanity
Later,
project.
Meghan,
It's a
while
meaningful
speaking to a media
platform
network,
amplifying
said that the
women's voices
Sussex
in
name
business.
is part of their
These
love
are the
story
stories
that
the
she will tell
mainstream
Prince
press
Archie and
conveniently
Princess
ignores while
Lilibet about
obsessing
one
over
day.
whether Meghan wore
Meghan
beige
said
or
as kids
off-white.
grow,
The
they are
Duchess is
excited to
interviewing
know how
powerhouse
their
female
mother and
founders,
father met.
sharing their journeys,
She
their
said that a
lessons,
huge
their
part of our
stumbles
love
and
story
triumphs.
is that they share
This
the
isn't
name
just talk,
Sussex.
it's empowerment in
But if
action.
some reports are
And the
to be
fact that
believed,
she's
there's a
doing it through
possibility
Lemonada
that
Media
Meghan and Prince
after
Harry may
Spotify and
face
the
losing
royal
their
experts
Duchess
tried
and
to
Duke of
frame her as
Sussex
lazy or
titles.
difficult, only
According
proves
to
how false
reports,
those narratives
that might
were.
happen if
Let's
they
not pretend
continue
we don't
making
see what's
critical
happening here.
remarks
Every
about the
time
royal
Meghan wins,
family.
they scramble.
Prince Harry and
Every time
Meghan
she
Markle
smiles,
got
they
married in
frown.
2018,
Every time she creates, they try
and
to
the couple
destroy.
stepped down
Because
as
they
senior
can't
royals
control
in
her. She didn't
2020.
stay in her place. She
As
chose
part
her
of
own
their
path,
agreement,
and it is eating
Buckingham
them
Palace
alive.
stated that they
But while
would
the
no
haters are
longer
busy
use the
foaming
His
at the
Her
mouth,
Royal Highness
Meghan is too busy
honorifics,
building.
as they
Her
were no
lifestyle
longer
brand's first
working
food
members
product
of the
line
royal
sold out in
family.
45 minutes.
However,
Let me say
while
that
they
again,
relinquished their
45
H-Rich
minutes.
titles,
Do you think
they
that happens
retained
by
their
accident?
titles of
Do you
Duke
think
and
that kind of
Duchess of
success comes to
Sussex.
someone irrelevant,
When King Charles
unlikable, or
ascended to the
difficult?
throne in
Of course
September
not. It happens because the
2022
people
after
see
Queen
through the
Elizabeth
noise.
II
They see the
passed
truth,
away,
and they want
Archie
what
and
she's offering.
Lilibet were afforded
Class,
the titles of
substance,
Prince and
authenticity.
Princess.
Meanwhile, the
A
same
royal
media
source
outlets
told the
that
media
tried to paint her
network
as a
that the
diva
royal
are
family
now
is
forced to
considering a
report on her
potential
success
sanction
with
that could
gritted
be
teeth.
enforced if Prince
Let
Harry
them
and
grit.
Meghan Markle
Let them
publicly
squirm,
criticize the monarchy
because
again.
the truth doesn't care
It
about
is
their
believed
headlines.
that stripping them of
The
their
truth is,
Sussex
Meghan
titles
Markle
would
is doing
require
more
an
to
act
uplift
of
women,
Parliament.
normalize
This
emotional
warning
intelligence and
follows
leadership,
years of public
and protect her
statements by
family
the
than
couple
any
that
of
have
those
been
so-called
seen as
royal
damaging to the
experts
monarchy.
ever have or ever will.
Remember,
And as
Meghan
for
and
Prince
Harry
Harry,
first
the
made
man is a
waves
real
with their
one. Always has
2021
been,
interview with
always will
Oprah
be.
Winfrey,
He chose
where
love
they
over
leveled
fear,
serious
truth over tradition,
allegations
and his
against the
family
royal
over fame.
family.
Every time Meghan succeeds, it's a reminder that he was right to walk away, right to protect his peace, right to bet on the woman who bet on him. This isn't just a feel-good story, it's a blueprint for how to reclaim your life when the world tries to write your ending. It's a lesson in joy, in courage, in building something real. So the next time someone tries to tell you Meghan's fading, desperate for attention, or irrelevant, just smile and remember, this woman's podcast is trending, her brand is selling out, her series is topping charts, and she's the happiest she's ever been. And that, squad, is the sweetest revenge of all. Meghan Markle reveals why she's the happiest I've ever been in On-Stage Confession in NYC. The Duchess of Sussex is back in Manhattan for the second time in a few weeks. Meghan Markle is sharing her upbeat confession during her trip to New York City. On April 23rd, the Duchess of Sussex, 43, stepped out at the Time 100 Summit in New York, taking her back to NYC for the second time in 2 months. She arrived at Jazz at Lincoln Center with her husband, Prince Harry. Speaking on stage with Jessica Sibley, the chief executive officer of Time, the Confessions of a Female Founder podcast host, was asked about her own confessions. A confession for you today that I can very comfortably say is that I'm the happiest I've ever been, Meghan replied. To have a partner and a husband who is so supportive and have healthy kids who are so joyful, I never would have imagined at this point I would feel so happy and grateful, and I really do. The Duchess of Sussex also spoke about being a working mom and revealed that her 5-year-old son, Prince Archie, is going to lose his first tooth this week, which is about to happen, and I just hope I'm back home in time for it. The family, including 3-year-old Princess Lilibet, is based in California. While her latest Netflix series, With Love, Meghan, filmed in their neighborhood in Montecito, it wasn't their actual home. On this show, it's a crew of 80 people, Meghan said. People said, "Why didn't you film the show in your house?"
50 for my
I said, "My kids are coming home for their
felt
nap."
like the right thing to do.
80
And then I just
people in the
thought,
kitchen isn't really the
anyone who
childhood
bought one of
memory I
those
would love for
50
them to
jars.
have. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have a long-standing relationship with Time and previously covered the magazine for their inclusion in its most influential people list in 2021. Meghan has had a busy start to the year with creative projects and entrepreneurial endeavors. With Love, Meghan topped the charts when it premiered on March 4th, and People exclusively revealed it will return for a second season this fall. The first collection of food products from her lifestyle brand, As Ever, then dropped on April 2nd and sold out in 45 minutes. At Wednesday's panel, Meghan said, "After a year of work and development and manufacturing, we had a feeling there would be some buzz surrounding it, but 45 minutes was not something I could have anticipated." On April 8th, Meghan's new podcast premiered from Lemonada Media, marking her second foray into podcasting after hosting one award-winning season of Archetypes on Spotify in 2022. Confessions of a Female Founder sees the Duchess of Sussex take the mic to interview fellow female founders, including some famous friends, about their journeys in business and lessons learned along the way. Recently speaking to People in an exclusive interview, the Duchess of Sussex opened up about how other female founders have inspired her on her own entrepreneurial journey. "What's been meaningful is being able to talk about my own entrepreneurial journey with other female founders who are either on their own trajectory of growth or have IPO'd, sold, or created high-impact brands, and gone through all of the learning curves that we all do at the start," Meghan says. "You're just trying to figure out how to walk, then you want to learn how to run, and then you want to learn how to fly. All of those things take time. There's also something very exciting and energizing about learning something new as we get older," she explains. "The entrepreneurial journey for anyone is a lot, and I'm also really lucky that so many of my close friends are female founders that I can glean advice from." On April 8th, Meghan's new podcast premiered from Lemonada Media, marking her second foray into podcasting after hosting one award-winning season of Archetypes on Spotify in 2022. Confessions of a Female Founder sees the Duchess of Sussex take the mic to interview fellow female founders, including some famous friends, about their journeys in business and lessons learned along the way. Recently speaking to People in an exclusive interview, the Duchess of Sussex opened up about how other female founders have inspired her on her own entrepreneurial journey. "What's been meaningful is being able to talk about my own entrepreneurial journey with other female founders who are either on their own trajectory of growth or have IPO'd, sold, or created high-impact brands and gone through all of the learning curves that we all do at the start," Meghan says. "You're just trying to figure out how to walk, then you want to learn how to run, and then you want to learn how to fly. All of those things take time. There's also something very exciting and energizing about learning something new as we get older," she explains. "The entrepreneurial journey, for anyone, is a lot, and I'm also really lucky that so many of my close friends are female founders that I can glean advice from. Now, if you're as proud of Meghan and Harry as we are, show some love. Hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and if you want to support independent voices that celebrate truth and integrity, don't forget to tap that super thanks button below. Every little bit helps us keep bringing you content that cuts through the lies and lifts up the truth. This is Royal Sussex Squad. We see them, we support them, and we're not backing down. Until next time, stay bold, stay loud, and stay royal.
Do I feel American? No, I don't know. I don't know how I